driveway.
That's my ride.
All right, guys, the first thing I want you to do is smash the like button to help that YouTube algorithm so that this video can go to trending. Let's be honest, this is never gonna trend.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All right, guys, so this is not a how-to series. I know a lot of you would love to know how to build a race car, but to be honest with you, I'm kind of learning as I'm going. I'm not a really good teacher yet. Maybe on the next one, we'll do how-to. This is more of an update for everybody that's asking, how's the Charger coming? The Cummins swapped 71 Dodge Charger. And by the way, a lot of great names were suggested. I heard like the Charmins, I heard all kinds of stuff. I want guys to think outside the box, like beyond just a funny play on words between Cummins and Charger or Dodge Ram. Let's come up with something truly unique, you know? Like if this was yellow, maybe we call it Old Yeller. Since this is like a Silver Bullet and it kind of looks like a mullet, I mean, it could be called the Silver Mullet. I mean, that would be a cool name for it. But comment below if you like the Silver Mullet. If you don't, you know, that's fine. Voice your opinion as well. Anyway, today, I just want to give you a little update on what's going on with the car. So we're pretty far along on the cage. I got the firewall patched. I got the transmission tunnel all patched. It's all in there, and I was like, man, this car is looking really heavy. I got a lot of steel on it. So I threw it on the corner scales and weighed the car, and it was a little over 2,200 pounds with me in it. But there's no engine or transmission or turbos or radiator, all that. So I made this little cheat sheet here. We'll zoom in a little bit later on it. You can see, you know, you can tell you're working in a shop when you write notes on a piece of sheet metal. But anyway, on the cheat sheet here, we went down the list, and long story short, 3,691 pounds is what I think this car is going to weigh. We cannot be a pound over 3,600 or we will not be legal for a chassis cert at a race. So I got to find a way to shave 91 pounds off of it. The other thing I found out is I was really looking at the 4-link bars, looking on a lot of 4-link websites and drag race specific websites, and found out those 4-link bars are nowhere near adequate, nor was the brace that would keep the rear end centered. See quite the difference in the 4-link bars. This is what the car came with, not nearly strong enough for the power level we want. And then we're going clear up to 1.5 inch bar here. So from 1 inch to 1.5 inch chromoly. Had to cut the end off because these bars weren't the right length for what I was doing, but you know, little updates you got to do to hold the big power. I needed to go to a wishbone rear end, which I got some stuff for that. I needed more shock travel, and I needed to save 100 pounds. And next thing you know, voila, the whole trunk and back of the car is cut out of it so that I can rework the suspension, rework the shocks, add a wishbone, move the 4-link in narrower so it's kind of more standard in case this rear end ever breaks. Right now this is mocked up with a 31 inch tall by 1150 wide tire. We're allowed to run as big of a tire as we want in diesel racing, so we might as well make it fit like a 35 or 36 inch tall tire, maybe even a 16, 17 wide, as wide as we can go. We can never fit that full wheel tub, so I just decided let's just take the time now. We're not trying to make it to a race next week. Let's cut the rear end out. Let's put bigger wheel tubs in it. Let's move the 4-link in. Let's do a good wishbone. Let's put longer shocks. I'll walk you through here a little bit closer. We're just going to go in. We're going to look at everything we've cut out of there, the transmission tunnel. We'll get some close-ups of my fab work, and you'll see how ugly the sheet metal work is that I do because I'm not a professional. Hey, Scott over at Chuckles Garage. Hey, man, you like Cummins power? I like Cummins power. I saw you doing some Pikes Peak hill climbing stuff with F1 Old Smoky. Awesome, dude. I heard you're looking for some fabricators, and I just wanted to put in my resume to you. I built this whole race car by myself. Come check out these welds right here. Let me know if I got a job.
One of my weld jobs. I've just welded it. Let's check it out.
You need to leave. It's too
Scott, if you like what you see, Me and my 140 amp Hobart MIG, we stack dimes like a machine. Machine comes with me too, all right? Hey, one other thing that was weird when I was working on this car, I noticed, and it must be like a Mopar thing for these B-bodies, but the driver's side fender is like, fender well's like almost 40 inches. It's like 39.5 inches wide. The passenger side is only 36 inches. So when I was tearing out the old tubs that the guy had, one side was all hacked up and like patched together, and the other side was beautiful. And I was like, what the heck? Well, they bought like 36-inch fender well extensions, and one side needs a 40 and one needs a 36. But you would never think on a car like this that the fender wells would be different size. On the outside, I measured them, they're the same, but the inside space is smaller. So for whatever reason, Chrysler decided that they didn't need as much space on the passenger side. Hey guys and gals, we don't discriminate around here. If you want to win some free stuff, swag, like I need a new hat, head over to the Power Driven Products YouTube page.
What did he say?
Channel?
Sure.
Channel. On YouTube, or powerdrivendiesel.com webpage. Learn about some of these giveaways where you can win some free stuff, or learn more about products. Power Driven Products YouTube. So one thing I did when I was setting this up is I pretty much leveled the door seal here. And in order to do that, to figure out my ride height, I had to pull my 4-inch spacer dollies out from under here, but that front suspension is going to compress down when I put the engine in there. So I set it up so that I could work on my ride height. The car is pretty close to level, so then I can measure and get all that four-leg stuff dialed in. But you got to know the height of the tire and the car and everything when you're trying to figure out those bar angles. I mean, I'm no expert, but you know, I'm not a dummy either. Coming up, guys.